friends. Friends, family, community, team, tribe. Thank you for joining in once again for another one of our inspirational team meditations. It's an honor to be able to have you here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for adding your energy. Thank you for adding your attention. Thank you for adding your heart, for adding your mind, for adding your presence, for all of it. Thank you everyone just for being here. These are very important times for us to be able to come together as a community, and I don't think there's too much that I really need to say on that, but obviously we will be diving deep for today's meditation once again as we take this opportunity to be able to come here together as a community. For those of you tuned in on YouTube, do me a favor and drop an 1111 in the chat just to be able to confirm that you guys can hear me okay as we get things started here in the next couple moments. And I'm just pulling up the feed and it looks like things are coming through okay. For those of you on YouTube, last week when we did the broadcast, there was like an issue with the microphone. It was crackling. If that happens at any time, do me a favor and drop an 888 in the chat. That way so you can let me know as soon as possible. It should be okay. So nonetheless, thank you again everyone for joining in for another one of our inspirational team meditations. We're just going to begin by just moving our body, by bringing awareness to our body, and we'll just take a moment here to just kind of like ground ourselves into the practice, to just welcome ourselves into the practice. So just moving your body. Begin by connecting with your breath, deep, gentle inhales, even through the mouth or the nose. Nice big exhales, maybe even a bit of a sigh already. Bringing in some deep stretches, inhales. Nice big exhales. So again, just using these first few moments of the practice, just begin listening to the body, just begin bringing movement, begin taking some time here to be doing some physical massage. So you can literally just take a moment here to stretch. You can give yourself a hug if that's what you need. First thing in the morning, nice big squeeze. So go ahead, just begin massaging your body. We're going to work our way all the way through our body here together. Thank you again for the confirmation on the audio. It's something special for us to be able to come together here as a team. And for those of you who have been tuning in for the regular, the fact that we've been doing this for however many weeks, however many months, since mid-March was when we kind of first began this season. But again, this is like our 105th episode of the Waking Up with Wolf Team broadcast over the past year. But again, you know, the fact that we have a bit of like this routine, this consistency, this is really, really important for us to be able to come together as community, especially when we're just reflecting on what is needed right now within the collective. So again, just physically massaging the body here. We're just going to massage our body. We'll just take in a moment here to just be able to chit chat, to be able to anchor ourselves into the intention of this broadcast, of this meditation. For those of you who are tuning in live on either TikTok or Instagram or anywhere, go ahead, drop a 333 in the comments to let me know that you are new. And again, we're just massaging our body right here, literally just opening up the energy channels. So listen to your body, wherever you feel you need to massage. Again, when you're massaging your hands, that's a very, very, very powerful place to be able to massage. When we're massaging our hands, we're basically massaging like our entire body as well, with the meridians and the energy points there. And so again, as we're doing this, just inviting you to breathe. There's a lot that's happening in the world right now, state the obvious, and it's important for us to be able to come together as a community, to be able to ask again this very powerful question of what is needed. What is needed from us now? What is needed from us as individuals? What is needed from us as a collective? And so as we're just continuing to massage your body here, we're going to move into our EFT tapping in the next couple moments. Then we'll still do our laughter practice meditation as well. And then we'll go into our mindfulness practice. We'll move into our standing meditation, our exercise. And then from there, we'll go into our chakra practice meditation as well. So just massaging your entire body, even massaging a little bit of the back as well. If you can reach there, if you have any massage tools as well, go ahead. You can use those. This is like one of the massage tools that I make. But yeah, even just while we're here, as we're just chatting again, go ahead and leave some comments down in the chat. Feel free to leave some comments and let me know, what are you grateful for today? What are you grateful for today? And I think that's a powerful question, because again, there's a lot of energy that is coming up within the collective during these times. And yes, a lot of it is challenging. A lot of it is scary. A lot of it is frightening. But right now, one of the most important things that we can do is to still be able to anchor in stories of optimism, to be able to anchor in stories of unity. And by being able to focus on gratitude is a great way to do this. So again, just massaging your body, getting all the way down eventually to your feet as well. And so again, you know, like what I feel is needed within this process is for us to be able to anchor in these visions of hope within our heart. And there's a very powerful idea that I'll tell you in the next few moments that for me is helping put things into perspective. And it's actually going to be something that I'm going to be making a video about a little bit later today. So it's actually going to be something that I'm going to be making like a TikTok video about, and I hope it goes viral. And you know, there's a lot of stuff that's happening right now. There's talks between myself and some of the other like people, the creators on TikTok, and this is something that I want to be able to invite the members of the leading members within our community. Again, just be able to ask, like, you know, like what can we do as a team right now? And there's talks about, you know, people are just like, yo, like team meditations, group meditations, community meditations. Those would be really, really, really powerful right now. So there's a couple big pages that have reached out to me already, and we're in this process of just kind of coordinating some like big group meditation. So obviously those of you who are joining here, like, thank you for joining. This is kind of like, you know, relatively speaking, this isn't a super large crowd of us that tune into these meditations. Obviously it's growing. There's more people each day who are joining in. Again, just massaging the body, massaging the feet. Take a moment here to really dig in deep to your feet. Again, as you're massaging your feet, really just taking a moment here to just kind of like pay attention to any sort of like energy you want to be able to send to your root right now. Obviously your feet are literally like what's rooting into the earth. So take a moment here to really just kind of like massage your feet and massage those roots. But yeah, again, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be happening over this week. And so when we move into the meditation today, we're going to be focusing on kind of like anchoring in and aligning with the energies that we would like to be able to bring forth into this week. And again, this is kind of a standard routine that we do on Mondays to be able to kind of like align with that intention. But now things are, you know, again, there's a very specific story that is unfolding right now, and a very specific story that requires our attention and our intention. So from here, just move up to the face if you're done with your feet, massaging a bit of the neck. And again, as we're massaging the body, just incredibly important, just giving ourselves this act of self-love. I'm going to read the comments of gratitude in the next little moment, and then I'm going to mention something really, really important that some of you have already heard me talk about, but it's a very, very powerful concept to keep in mind. So in terms of gratitude, again, just welcoming everybody here, welcoming Newly Awakened, One Love, Kristen, Megan, Star Soul, welcoming Kayla, Reframe Queen, welcoming Peter, welcoming, or Petrus, welcoming anybody else whose name, welcome Autumn, anybody else who I might have missed, but grateful for in this moment. And again, just massaging your face right now. Grateful for meditations in the morning, grateful for the dark that helps us see and utilize the light and live within. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Kristen. Autumn says, grateful to be alive, to be safe, to have this space. Thank you, Autumn. Star Soul says, grateful for the love within me. Kristen says, and love. Grateful. Newly Awakened says, grateful to be awake, even though it hurts right now. Humanity is hurting. Newly Awakened, thank you for sharing. Reframe Queen says, I'm grateful for this meditation and the sun lighting my room up. Beautiful. Star Soul says, the sun. Awesome. Selena, thank you for joining. Again, if you're new here, if you're tuned in, drop a 333 in the chat. So again, just massaging the face here, and then we're going to move into the EFT tapping. So there's a very powerful idea that I want to be able to share with you. Nature, reality, patterns themselves, they go through a sequence. And this sequence is a sequence which is basically chaos to symmetry, chaos to symmetry, separation to wholeness, separation to wholeness. What we are experiencing right now as a collective is undeniably a state of chaos. But what would happen if we were to really start anchoring in this idea that the chaos is a step towards harmony? When we understand what we don't want, we also get the invitation to be able to reflect on what it is that we do want and how do we want that to look. When we understand what doesn't work, we also take a step closer to being able to understand what does work. You know, you try something, you're like, oh, well, that didn't work. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try this again. You know, it's it's an experiment. Like I think there's like a quote where like Thomas Edison or something like that. It's like it took him like a million tries to get the light bulb right, but like each time he did it, he figured out a million ways how not to do it, type thing. So again, even today as a collective, like for what's happening in the world right now, with all the chaos that is happening every single day, we are actually taking a step closer towards being able to figure out what works, towards being able to like really figure out like what it is that we want. And so we can literally observe this. We can literally observe this within nature through the process of cymatics. This is something I've talked about before. So just massaging the top of the head here, we'll move into the EFT. So again, right now we're like, yeah, we're just kind of like chit chatting, but you guys are also massaging. This is, keep breathing here. We'll move into our EFT in a second. Just keep massaging your face here. So again, you know, just thanking everybody else for being here. Thank you for those of you who may just be joining in this moment. And again, just sending you so much love. Good morning. Thank you for joining. And so again, you know, like every time that we go through this process of like, of realizing, you know, like, oh, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. Let us see it as an invitation for us to be able to get clear on being able to decide what it is that we do want, what it is that will take us closer to being able to figure out what does work. So when you look at cymatics, just shake it up here. When we look at cymatics is the process, you've probably seen it before. It's a process of studying vibrations through vibrational patterns, patterns as a result of vibrational frequency. Just kind of roll the shoulders here. Just take a few moments to breathe. I'm just going to explain this real quick, and then we'll move into our EFT tapping. Take a drink of water if you need it. Cymatics is a process of vibration affecting patterns. You've probably seen this before. Some of you have seen this. It's like a speaker with salt. You run a frequency through it, it changes patterns. This is the important thing to know, and this is actually like, I'm going to make a video about this later today, because this is a very, very powerful message of hope and optimism when we can understand and observe the patterns within nature and see where we are within them. When you run a frequency through this pattern, it will change when you run a frequency through like this like board that has salt on it, it will change into a pattern. When that sound hits a certain octave, that pattern will appear as symmetry. It will appear as harmony. It will basically create like a natural mandala. However, when you move the octave, so say you're here, you're like B, and then you kind of go B, that like from one octave to the next, the process of going from here to here changes the pattern, but it changes the pattern in a way that makes it appear as chaos. So basically where we are right now, we are in a state of chaos, but that chaos is actually a result of us moving from one octave to the next, from one frequency to the next. So this is where with today's meditation, for any of these meditations, what we are doing practically and literally is being able to like anchor in the next octave, the next frequency. And what does that frequency look like? What does it feel like? That is a frequency that we are anchoring in of kindness, compassion, courage, creativity, love, call it whatever what you will. But again, right now, when you observe that, where we are as a collective, we see it, we're like, wow, that's incredibly, this is chaos. But within that chaos, there is emerging that new frequency that is bringing in harmony. So let's practice that today, and let us move into our EFT tapping. So if that resonates with you, drop an 1111 in the chat. Again, I'm literally going to make a video about that later today, because I think that concept, if we can hold that concept in our mind, instead of just thinking it's like chaos for the edge of eternity, instead you can know that there is chaos with hope in the horizon. And I think that is what we need right now. So I call that into our hearts, every single one of us here, to hold that vision of hope, to hold that vision of wisdom, to be able to observe the patterns in nature and to see us as them. And then through that pattern, we can actually see where we are going. We are moving from chaos, but we are emerging into harmony. And that frequency is anchored by us. We are beacons of it. We are reflectors of it, mirrors of it. So moving into EFT tapping, for those of you who are new, this is emotional freedom tapping. What we're doing here, gently tapping your face. You can tap anywhere on your body, and we're going to start calling in affirmations. What affirmations do we want to call in for ourselves, for the collective right now? So believe me, by you doing this practice, like this whole meditation, yeah, you're going to experience a benefit from that. This is going to kind of help you tune your instrument. This is going to help you kick ass today. But this is also us, like kind of like anchoring in energies for the collective. And what happens if we're practicing this and then suddenly, you know, we've got like 1,000 people tuned in right now, right? This is all just practice. So as we're doing this, we're calling in affirmations. So speak words of affirmation right now, and go ahead and leave some comments down in the chat. Words of empowerment. So I am harmony. I am kindness. I am empathy. I am courage. I am harmony. Did I say that right? I am love. I am creativity. I am understanding, similar as harmony. I am empowered. I am resilient. I am a visionary. I am a teacher. I am a leader. I am a friend. I am a family member of the collective. So again, just kind of tapping here, tap on your fingers. What do you want to call in today? So I'll read some of those comments down in the chat below as we do this. I have an open heart and an open mind. I am feeling. I am acknowledging my feelings. I am inspired. I am empowered. I am learning. I am growing. I am expanding. I am taking part in a very, very important part of our collective story right now. So again, just tapping here for a little bit. I'll read some of the affirmations in the chat as we do this, and we'll move into our laughter practice meditation. It takes a few moments for those to come in, but you guys can leave some affirmations down in the chat. For those of you joining in, again, this is part of the meditation. This is known as emotional freedom tapping. This is literally like encoding intentions into our frequency, into our field right now. I know it may seem a little bit silly, and yeah, kind of is. That's all right, but it works. It works. I am one with all and all with one, says Kristen. Autumn says, I am strong, I am growing, I am a leader, I am receiving, I am abundance, I am receiving abundance. I am strong, I am able to move in positive realities, says Star Soul. Selena says, I am strong. Beautiful, awesome. I make a positive impact. Absolutely. Thank you, Natasha. You do. We all do. We all make a positive impact. So again, just wrapping it up here, just a few more. Again, you can just like call in any support, call in, even call in like your ancestors. I am supported by my ancestors. I am supported by the love of the universe. I am supported by the cosmos. I am supported by the wisdom of my heart. Fourcycle says, I am unity in the TikTok chat. Thank you, Fourcycle. So again, just wrapping it up here. I am breath. I am the next frequency. Beautiful. I am the paradigm shift. I am a warrior, a light guardian, a shifter. Beautiful. All right, wrap it up here. Give it a little bit of a shake. Let's do some big exhale, inhale. I am energized. I'm in a positive reality. I am that I am. Beautiful. Thank you, everyone. All right, let's do a quick little shake. I am a creator, says Pure Nima. Do a little bit of shake and then do some inhale, exhale, and go. Shake it out, shake it out. Like literally, like move that energy. The energy that's like in the collective right now is like in you. We need to be able to move it. We need to be able to transmute it. All of us have been feeling a lot, so this is why this is important for us to do. Let's do a couple more of those. Deep inhale. Do one more of those. Inhale. Oh man, that feels like extra good today. Encourage everyone to go take a cold shower today as well if you haven't yet. So, all right, let's move into our laughter practice meditation. And so again, laughter practice meditation. Yeah, things are serious right now. Yeah, there's like real stuff that is happening in the world right now, and equally so, there's a real need for us to be able to anchor in these vibrations of like joy and these expressions of laughter and creativity. We'll talk more about this as we go. And just a quick little note for those of you who are connected with this community and everything like that, this Thursday's broadcast, again, kind of anchoring into like what is needed right now. This Thursday's broadcast, the theme of this broadcast, it will still be a free flow conscious discussion, but the theme of the free flow conscious discussion will be around the idea of being healers in a time of chaos. Very, very, very powerful topic, very relative right now. So leading members, if you guys are available and want to join on air for that, please feel free to let me know. For those of you who are interested in tuning in, that's at Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's move into our laughter practice meditation. So laughter practice meditation, what we are doing here, we are practicing laughing, literally laughing through breath work, through breath exercise. So it's going to be a deep inhale. Nice big inhale, nice big exhale. Deep inhale again. I'm just showing you, don't do it yet. And then the exhale is going to sound like this. Ha, 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 ha. So you're focusing just on the exhale. The inhale will happen naturally. You focus on the exhale. Ha, ha, ha. And then eventually this sound becomes a laugh. And it goes, ha, 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 ha. And I want you to like literally like practice like laughing in this moment. So again, as we do this, let's just practice a quick little round of smile asana. This is when you take the cheeks of your mouth and you lift them up towards your ears. So quick little smile asana right here. Just go ahead and bring that in. You can like already start laughing, that's fine. And then from here, let's go into that first breath. So deep inhale, exhale, regular exhale. Nice big exhale. Deep inhale. Focus on the exhale. Ha, 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 ha. Allow the laughter to build. I want you to think about like how incredibly beautiful everyone is, like all the people. And imagine like anchoring in that vibration of joy where we'll be in like a few months from now, even less than a month from now, on the solstice. Let's like anchor in and like celebrate, laugh in this moment, and just like celebrate like the joy and the peace and the revolution that is like happening within our spirits. It's a revolution. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Nice big exhale. Beautiful. We'll do one more round of that. So again, you know, like literally just by us doing this laughter, like this is us anchoring in the frequency. I know it seems silly, but it works. Like, this is real stuff. So let's move into one more round of laughter practice meditation. And yeah, you guys are awesome. I can like hear your laughters as you're here. So, and it's okay if you're in a place where you're just like, you know what, like I don't really feel like laughing right now. Like I honor that. And I invite you to honor that too. That's okay. That's okay. Let this practice be your practice. So inviting everyone to follow along in whatever way works with them. So deep inhale together. Nice big exhale. Deep inhale together. Imagine smiling faces of amazing people. Focus on the exhale. Ha, 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 ha. Visualize. Anchor it in. Get that weird laugh going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Close your eyes. Take a moment here to breathe. Reactivate smile asana. Smile on your face. Just take a moment here to breathe. What does this vibration feel like? Can you feel it? Imagine like right now what you're feeling is like the hope and optimism of harmony that is on its way. Bring it in right now. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Just take another moment here to breathe. We're just going to return to the space around us, and then we're going to move back into this. Gently, when you're ready, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, return your awareness to the space around you. Grab a drink of water if you need it. If you laugh during that, go ahead and drop an 11-11. Again, I think even just us doing that laughter practice, it almost kind of has like a different, there's like a slightly different intention, you know, like whereas before it was kind of like, you know, like with like things before kind of like with like coronavirus and stuff like that, you know, things were just kind of like, I don't want to just say bleak and things like that, but it's just like, it was almost like a numbness, you know? Whereas like now we're kind of dealing with a different emotion. We're dealing with like this deep emotional emotion. And again, giving us something to work towards. I think when we were just kind of in the state of coronavirus, we're just kind of like making it through. We didn't really know like where we're going towards or anything like that. Not to say it's not still a thing. But right now, like the laughter, it carries with it a slightly different intention. It carries with it the ability to kind of like practice like anchoring in like a really clear vision You know, like imagine when you laugh, like imagine people like dancing in the street together, celebrating in unity and joy and peace and love. And so that's something that I think, again, I think we're going to see more of this. I think we're going to see, like, that's the vision that I hope is, like, more of these kind of like demonstrations of unity, demonstrations of peace and people coming together, you know? So grab a drink of water if you need it yet. Seeing those 11-11s in the chat. You guys are doing great. Thank you again just for adding this energy. Thank you again for those of you joining in. I didn't even really promote this meditation like going into this broadcast. So for those of you who are here, like it really means a lot to me. Obviously, we'll keep promoting them through the week. So please feel free to invite your friends and everything like that, especially like having experienced this. You guys know that like this is valuable. So please feel free to even just invite one friend. Even for those of you like for those of you who have your own social media platforms, if you guys like want to invite people to tune in, but again, you guys can lead your own meditations too. For those of you like on like, you know, like platforms with an audience and stuff like that, if you feel called to like lead your own meditations, even if it's in like a 1-minute video, please, by all means, it is needed right now. So what we're going to do for this next part of the meditation, we are going to, again, kind of like set the intention for the week. We are going to align with the vibrations that we want to be able to anchor in for ourselves for this week. And so usually when we do this, we're just kind of like visioning, and we're still doing it this way. We're kind of like visioning, like, what do we want this week to look like? What do we want this week to feel like? But as we're doing this today, I want us to be able to practice kind of like holding in this frequency and this vision and this vibration of like what we want for the collective. What do we want for the collective? So in the same way, you know, like earlier last week when we're doing this, we're like, okay, like I'm imagining myself like being super productive and kicking butt and like getting stuff done. You can do that. I still want you to do that. I want you to kind of like create the blueprint for your week, but I want you to also kind of like visualize, what do we want this week to look like for the collective? Okay, you guys got that? Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're just gonna drop into this meditative state, and from this meditative state, we're literally connecting with like, you know, the signal of source. So this is a very, very powerful place for us to be able to like practice kind of like anchoring in these vibrations. So get a drink of water if you need it. We're moving into this next part of the meditation. We'll be here for the next few moments. Just taking a moment here to look at some of the comments in the chat. Gary, thank you, Gary. We are wizards on the chessboard casting healing spells right now. Absolutely. Selena, I'll be joining every morning now. So relaxing. I've been struggling learning meditation. This is helping a lot. Selena, thank you so much for joining. And again, I hope we can get as many people tuned in as possible, because yeah, this is important. And it's not, and like the important thing of this is not to just do it as like a one-off. Like, yeah, this can charge your battery, but join in like as much as you can, you know? So what would happen if we get more and more people tune in? Let's find out. All right. Straighten up your spine. Close your eyes. As you listen to my voice here, just allowing yourself to gently bring awareness to your breath. Deep, gentle inhales through the nose and the mouth, and soft, gentle exhales through the nose or the mouth. Straightening up your spine, relaxing your face, relaxing your shoulders. Allowing yourself to move into this place of stillness. For those of you who've been doing this regularly, you may allow yourself to just kind of like drop into this space like quite effectively. For those of you who are new, just allow it to be practice. You're going to get what you will notice the more you do this. You'll notice yourself kind of being able to become familiar with the texture, with the flavor of kind of like this meditative space. So we'll help guide you through it. So breathing here, deep, gentle inhales, soft, gentle exhales. With each exhale, just allowing the nervous system to relax. And even in this moment, I want you to like really hold gratitude in your heart for this breath. There is a big theme right now within the collective of breath and breathing. Literally, do you think it is coincidence that the slogan of all that is happening right now is literally the phrase, I can't breathe? Have you thought about the symbolism of that? Have you thought about the holographic nature of that? This is a time for us to be able to reconnect with the power of our breath, with the power of our voice. So breathe now in this moment. in a way where we're just like deeply just acknowledging how precious this gift of the breath is. And as you breathe in this moment, I'm not trying to drop us into a place of like feeling emotional. But if you do feel any emotions, like it's okay. Honor those. Feel those feels. So as we breathe here, just allowing ourselves to really connect with the gift of this breath. We're going to gently calibrate our body before moving into the next part of this meditation. To do this, we are going to visualize a white light from the center of our chest, and we're going to fill ourselves up with this white light. We're going to fill ourselves up with love. In the same way you would fill a cup with water, we are literally going to fill our vessel with love, with white light, with this symbol, yet with this frequency. So as you breathe here, calibrating our body with this white light, feeling this white light move through our chest, moving through our shoulders, down our arms, past our elbows, all the way to the tips of the fingers. And wherever this white light moves, it just allows you to bring awareness to those parts of your body, while also just allowing those parts of the body to relax. Relaxing the nervous system, bringing awareness to this white light as it moves down through your stomach, your torso, your ribs, your back, your lower back, through your hips, all the way down to your thighs, past your knees, all the way down to your toes. Beautiful. Feeling this energy moving up through the body, up the spine, straightening up your spine here. Imagining this energy moving up all the way through the back of your neck, through your face, all the way to the top of your head. Just filling yourself with this white light. Just allowing yourself to just be in this space of presence, of stillness. Beautiful. And so from this place, now that we've calibrated our body, I want you to focus on you first. Focus on you first. By focusing on you, we are also helping allow ourselves to focus more deeply on the collective. So there's nothing selfish here. This is an act of collective love by us focusing on ourselves right now. So I want you to focus on yourself, and I want you to begin visualizing and feeling what you want this week to be like for you. What do you want this week to feel like for you? So imagine yourself by Friday, maybe it's the end of Friday, and you're looking back. What was this week like for you? What did it feel like? What did you do? How did you change your patterns? How did you show up differently? Allow yourself to feel what it would be like on Friday, to look back and just be like, whoa, like I feel really proud of myself for the way I showed up this week. I can tell I leveled up. I opened my heart. I opened my mind. I deepened my practice. And I anchored in this energy. I was doing my part. And so allow yourself to feel those feelings of just allowing yourself to move through this week as this loving, caring, compassionate being. Compassionate for yourself, and allowing that compassion to overflow to the interactions that we share throughout this week. So as you allow yourself to feel what this week is like before you, you create this path. You create this, like, imagining it like a golden rope connecting you between yourself and the future part that already exists. And set that intention for this week to just be like this week where it will be whatever it's needed. But allow yourself to set the intention now to be able to rise to meet it with as much mindfulness, as much compassion, with as much courage, with as much strength, with as much flexibility within your heart. Allow yourself to be able to honor and accept that this week will bring with it challenges, but set that intention now to be able to meet those challenges, perhaps from a new perspective. Allow you to meet those challenges from a deep place within your heart. And so right now you can gently put your hands on your chest as you feel this. And you kind of, again, anchor in this like warrior guardian energy where you're basically just kind of saying to the week, you're just like, all right, week, like I'm I am already ready. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I know that whatever is coming my way, I have what is needed within inside of me. I will meet whatever obstacles, whatever twists and turns to the best of my ability. And that's all you can ever do. So being gentle with yourself in this moment. And just allowing yourself to kind of like feel what this week's going to be like for you. This is going to be a great week. Will it be easy? Not necessarily, but it can still be graceful. Grace and easy are two different things. You can move through challenges with grace. And so what is grace? Grace is flow. Grace is presence. Grace is awareness. Grace is compassion for yourself. Grace is gratitude. And so in this moment, let us kind of expand our vision, expand our perception. And I want you to kind of like visualize and feel within your heart, what do we want this week to be like for the entire collective? Things happen fast within this reality. A week is a lot. A lot can happen within a week. So in this moment, I want you to kind of like visualize all of the amazing moments of love that are unfolding within this week. Yes, there is the chaos, but within this chaos, there is emerging harmony. So I want you to kind of like visualize in this moment, and you may feel like any sort of like tingling sensations. You may feel kind of like this, like as you breathe, like pay attention to your breath right now. You may kind of feel this like kind of like tingling sensation of the spine. And this is like real energy. This is you kind of like connecting into source right now. So breathe and kind of ride that wave. I want you to visualize to the best of your ability, feel within your heart these like moments of just like unity and love and compassion, and just allow that to be seen. And even in the midst of like just kind of visualizing all the people out there, like out on the rallies, out during the protests, out during the demonstrations, call them what you will, even just allow you to acknowledge within your heart right now to see their anger as deep love, to see their frustration as deep love, and to honor like the leaders within each and every single one of us. Yeah, you look at the surface and it's like, oh my God, this is chaos. But if you look at the esoteric, what's underneath, oh my goodness, this is thousands upon thousands of people who want the same thing I do. Love, compassion, kindness, unity, accountability, responsibility, a better world for the future that we are moving into, harmony. So feel within this moment, feel within your heart, feel this energy. And I want to try something right now. As we kind of feel this, I want you to gently just kind of like open your eyes. Go ahead, you can just open your eyes because I need to show you something on camera. I want you to practice as we're just kind of breathing here. Keep breathing. I want you to take your hands. I want you to put them like this. Okay? Now I want you to take your hands and I want you to hold your own face like this. This actually changes like the neurological wiring within your hands, and it will actually like basically like make it feel as if it's somebody else's hands or it's somebody else's face. And this is a very powerful way to like elicit emotion. So do this right now and close your eyes. And I want you to like literally invite yourself in this moment to feel any feels, to feel joy, to feel frustration, but to anchor it in love. And as you do this, you may like literally notice yourself start to cry. And I want you to honor that. I want you to honor the gift that it is to be able to feel so deeply with all beings on the earth right now. Every single person is an empath. And so breathe in this moment, straighten up your spine. Nice big exhale. Just breathe. And I want you to be able to listen. What do you have to say to all the people right now? To all the people who are out there during the demonstrations, for all the people who are not at the demonstrations, who maybe are still just like wanting to do something, but they're not sure what to do. What can you say to them right now? And so as you do this, just kind of visualizing again, like visualizing, just letting these scenes kind of play out in your mind. Like you're literally like seeing the future right now, because that future exists. That future is being anchored in. This is a very, very powerful moment. I hope you realize how incredibly powerful this is right now. And if you feel it, allow those feels to kind of move through you. Allow them to be transmuted through you. So just breathe here. We're just going to be here just for a few more minutes. And if you want to release your hands, that's totally fine. You can put your hands back to your heart. And as you breathe here, what do you say to them? What do you say to them in this moment? What do you say to them to be able to express your gratitude, but it's also be able to like give them a sense of hope too? And in this moment, what do they say to you? Allow yourself to like literally within your heart speak to all the people who are there right now. Just this deep shared gratitude between you and them. And again, just feeling any feels. Like your tears right now are like healing. Literally healing. Transformational. Transmutation. This is the alchemical process. You literally are like an alchemist right now within your heart. So breathe here within your heart and hold this vision. Hold this vision of healing. Hold this vision of harmony. Beautiful. Take a few more moments here. Anchor in this vision. What will it look like by Friday? And even if you want, I'm kind of inviting all of us to kind of like hold this vision for like the solstice, June 21st. Transformational. This is going to be a big month. This is going to be a huge month. Let's set that target for June 21st. By June 21st, we're going to see that harmony emerging. We're going to see this like birthing of like this new paradigm. Feel within your heart. Just stay here just for a few more breaths. Expressing your gratitude. Calling in any energies for the collective right now. What is needed right now? Beautiful. Take a few more deep breaths here, and on the exhale, I want you to do like a nice little like exhale sigh. So a few deep inhales. Nice exhale. Let that out. Deep inhale again. Good. Allow that energy to kind of move. You can kind of clear it. You don't have to hold it with you all day. I want you to kind of move it. We're going to do our standing meditation in the next moment, but in here, just move it with your breath. Inhale. Bring your awareness back to your own being, back to your own heart, reminding yourself you have everything you need right now. You have been training for this moment your entire life. You are anchoring in this energy. What you're doing right now is seen, it is felt, it is appreciated, it is loved. By you being loved, you anchor in the harmony of this vibration. Let's take a couple more breaths here. Concluding this part of the practice in a way that works for you. Speaking any words to your heart. I see you. I honor you. I love you. I am grateful for you. Thank you. It takes a team to do this. So bring it in this vibration. Breathe in this vibration. Breathe in this vibration of joy and harmony. Breathe in this vibration of, in a way, excitement. Excitement for what is on the horizon, while still honoring the challenges that are here, that are calling us deeper into our own heart. You're going to move through your day today, and you're going to feel inspired because you have vision. You know what we are moving towards. Allow yourself to shine that light in the midst of darkness. That is why you're here. Take a couple more breaths here. Gently going to bring our awareness back to our body. Feeling this inspiration, feeling this intention, feeling this purpose within your heart. Thank you. Thank you. Gently from here, release your hands wherever they are. Take a moment here. As you breathe, slowly bring in awareness back to your physical body. Gently wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, open your eyes, return your awareness to the space around you. Beautiful. Just take a moment here. Take your time. No problem, everyone. Grab a drink of water if you need it. We're going to stand up in the next little bit. We're going to shake. We're going to move our body. Very, very important, especially after a meditation like that. This is the battle we have already won, says Lily. Well said, Lily. And again, whether we think of it as a battle, that's one way. Another way you can think of this is almost like a dance. So when you guys feel ready, you're welcome to leave some comments down in the chat. What did you say in that moment? What did you say within your heart? What did you say? What did you hear? Was there something you want to share in the chat? You can share that in the chat. With that said, we're going to stand up. We're going to kind of like do a quick little like physical movement, and then we're going to go into our chakra practice meditation. And then from there, we'll stick around for a little bit longer. We'll do a little bit more just kind of like discussion, a little bit of Q&A. And yeah, and then from there, we'll wrap it up. So I appreciate everybody joining in. Quick little reminder, if you guys are in a position where you want to support financially to the projects that we're doing here, to, again, the meditations and to the work that I do, please feel free to support on the Patreon. Of course, I remind you that your contributions are obviously needed and appreciated for what is happening on the front lines right now. So whoever you feel called to support is equally appreciated. And again, if you want to be able to join as a leading member, to be able to join on air for our broadcast Thursday, you can check out becoming a leading member through the Patreon. Either way, you're welcome to join through our team chat as well. So thank you again, everyone, for your support. Thank you, Patreon supporters. And yeah, just thank you, everyone, for being here. So blessings to all the peace seekers, peace to all beings on earth. We are all in this together, says Rick. Thank you, Rick. Beautiful. Let me know if you cried. Like if you're comfortable letting me know if you cried. Drop a 555 in the comments if you cried. So we'll read more of those comments in the next little moment. Let's stand up. Let's shake our bodies. Thank you again, everyone, for joining in. For those of you who just joined in, we just did a very, very powerful meditation. Ooh, my leg fell asleep. So go ahead. You can stand up if you're able. If you prefer to stay seated, that's totally cool with you. Ooh, shake it out. Shake it out. Oh man, like my leg like straight up fell asleep during that. So, all right. Oh, shake up the body. Shake up the body. So important. Even after like a deep meditation like that, after like any meditation, it can be very useful. Just kind of like shake up the body. All right, okay, let's move into this. All right, so for everybody here, we're gonna do some deep inhale. On the exhale, we're gonna go. We're gonna shake it up. Again, this may seem silly, but if this is your first time here, try it, see how it feels. So deep inhale together, exhale. Shake it up. Do it two more times. Deep inhale again. One more time. Deep inhale, nice and loud. Beautiful, awesome. Thank you again, everyone, for joining in. All right, okay, so what we're gonna do here, I want you to just kind of like practice bringing like a little bit of like ceremonial flow into this moment. I want you to just kind of like dance with peace in this moment. So we're just gonna do this just for like literally just like 2 minutes, not even that, or like literally even less than that. Move into our dragon roar in a second. But I want you to just kind of practice moving your body. And as you move this body, I want you to kind of like move your body in a way where you're kind of like anchoring in peace, anchoring in harmony. Move with harmony. Let it be like physically expressed through your body. So move with like the waters of harmony in this moment. Let your dance be medicine. And I encourage you to kind of like practice the dance in a way where, again, you can do this more like on your own time as well. Just kind of breathe it in. Take some really deep breaths in this moment. Spread your arms up above. Kind of bring in this kind of like warrior energy. Beautiful. Just do this for about 15 more seconds. And as you do this, again, this is kind of like literally you kind of like giving medicine to the earth right now. Beautiful. All right, okay, let's move into our dragon roar. So again, our dragon roar, for those of you who are new to this, stand as if you're gonna like kick a soccer ball. So from there, it's kind of like a warrior one stance, and then from there, we're going to do a big dragon roar. So dragon roar, very, very powerful right now. Dragon roar, again, is a chance for us to be able to do this deep inhale and go, Rah! But as we do this, I want you to be able to like honor any sort of like emotions that you want to move, any frustration, any anger. You can also do it as like a battle cry for love in a very real way. But as you honor the anger, I want you to honor it as like sacred love. Again, so many people who are angry right now is because they care and love deeply. So honor that. Honor that within your heart right now. If you are angry, that is because you care, because you love deeply. So let's do 3 dragon roars together. Deep inhale, follow my lead. Big dragon roar. Shake it up as you need to. Make this your own style. Inhale again. Then release on the exhale. You can kind of practice getting that tension release. One more time. Inhale. Release. Good, good, good. Take a moment here. Just kind of stand in stillness. Feeling this energy is just kind of moving through your body. Breathe, 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 breathe. Keep your eyes open if you're a little bit dizzy. Just take a breath here. Feeling that activation, feeling this like kind of like warrior energy building inside of you. Beautiful. All right, bring yourself back down to seated. Let's move into our chakra practice meditation real quick, and then we're going to wrap it up, and then we'll stick around a little bit longer. We'll do a little bit more Q&A. I want to read more of the comments on air for those of you who left some comments that I haven't read yet. Thank you again, everyone, for joining in, for adding your intention, for adding your presence to this meditation. Again, literally just by us doing this is us like practicing, anchoring in the energies that are needed in this moment. So again, I really appreciate everybody being here. And again, please feel free to like share this broadcast with your friends. We definitely got some regulars, but I know there's a lot of people there that would just kind of like benefit from being able to like join in with these meditations. And obviously we added like, it's a little bit different every single day that we do it. So we got like a regular routine, and then like we have like a little bit different with our mindfulness each day. So if you guys are having fun, drop a 777 in the chat, like fun, relatively speaking. If you guys are just like grateful to be here, drop a 777 in the chat. All right. Chakra practice meditation, and then we'll wrap it up, but then we'll stick around a little bit longer. We'll do a little bit of Q&A and discussion. And yeah, I really, really appreciate everybody being here. So chakra practice meditation, we're going to move through each chakra. Each chakra has a correlating mantra. You can think of the chakras as these spinning discs of energy. Think of like creativity and life force as like water that kind of comes through the crown, and it kind of like moves through the chakras like water wheels. When the chakras are kind of blocked up with emotional stuff, it stops the water from moving in as like clear and sufficient a way as it can. By us doing these mantras, it literally helps spin the disc. It helps move the gunk. It helps clear the dust off the lens of our heart, something you've heard me talk about. So each chakra has a correlating mantra. So again, yeah, we are literally like a fountain of love, a fountain of energy. So let's work on our chakras. So that way this like fountain can kind of like be shared. So we can kind of share this vibration. So if you're new to this, follow my lead. For those of you who are familiar, do your best to just be able to join right in. Brow chakra, the sound is E. The virtue is serenity. Serenity. May all beings see like the unity and the connection between us all. The sound is E. Follow my lead. Deep inhale. The sound is E. E. Throat chakra, justness, speaking our truth. Very, very powerful time for that. The sound is A. Inhale. Heart chakra, compassion, compassion for all beings. The sound is O. May all beings have compassion. Pulmonary chakra is the chakras right here. Connection with our ancestors, known as ultra memory. Connection to our past, connection to our future. The sound is awe. Inhale. Solar chakra, temperance, willpower. May all beings use their temperance and willpower for good. The sound is U. Inhale. Beautiful. Again, if you're new to this, you can even like begin to like feel the vibrations. So as you're doing this before, like you do this, you'll start feeling the vibrations. Solar chakra, cultivation of a creative life force energy. May we cultivate this energy to use it for the greater good and practice vitality throughout the rest of our body. Move that vitality. The sound is M, as in deep inhale. Root chakra, S. The sound is S. The virtue is patience. Patience for all being. Connection to the roots below, branches above. The sound is S. Deep inhale. Beautiful. Let's go through this one more time real quick from one to the other. So inhale, follow my lead. E. A. O. Ah. U. M. S. Beautiful. Close your eyes. Take a moment here if they are not closed already. Just breathe. Allow yourself to just be present in this vibration. Feel whatever you're feeling in this moment. Visualizing this like rainbow energy moving through your body. You just becoming like this beacon for this like vibrant, a conscious awakening energy, so to speak. Just take a moment here to conclude your practice in your own way with gratitude, thanking yourself, thanking the team, thanking me, thanking all of us, all of those not tuned into this broadcast who are showing up, who are anchoring in harmony. So let's continue to help anchor in the harmony for this next frequency that we are already bringing in. So thank you again everyone for showing up. And gently open your eyes, return your awareness to the space around you. Beautiful. All right, awesome job everyone. So with that said, we're just going to wrap it up at the hour. That's when I just have to restart the Instagram feed. For those of you who are stick around, please, I would encourage you to stick around just for a little bit, because I'd love to even just be able to talk just for a little bit more and read some more of your comments that I didn't get to read earlier. Really appreciate everybody being here, for joining this meditation. Again, we do this meditation Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Each day it's a little bit different, so please feel free to invite your friends and continue to anchor in this energy. I really appreciate everybody showing up and doing their part. So if you haven't yet, be sure to check out the link through my profile for those of you on TikTok and Instagram. Through there you can find the podcast that we do Thursdays at 8 p.m, the team chat. You can also find the Patreon, where you can support with a monthly contribution and join as a leading member. And you can also join, check out the item shop, plus lots of other cool stuff, past meditations. So with that said, wrapping up on the 1 hour. For those of you who want to stick around, please feel free to do that. For everybody else, sending you with so much love and blessing. May you carry this love and vibration and this momentum with you throughout the rest of your day. The light guardian within me sees and honors the light guardian within you. Thank you for being all that you are and doing all that you do. Beautiful. All right. Much love, and thank you again. All right, for those of you who are sticking around, go ahead, stick around. I'd love to just be able to chat for a little bit longer. We're just going to take a moment here just to be able to restart the broadcast on Instagram. 2 seconds here. All right. All right, okay, so thank you again, everyone. Go ahead, leave some comments down in the chat. I'd love to just be able to read those on how that meditation was for you, especially if you were even new to that meditation. Just gonna restart the Instagram feed here. All right, welcome back. For those of you watching this on Instagram, we just got done another one of our that was a really good team meditation today. So now we're just gonna stick around and read some comments and hang out for a little bit. And yeah, if you missed the meditation, you can go back and check out the recording. That's also on my profile and also through the link in my bio. So you can watch on YouTube or Instagram on the regular. So let's go back and read some of the comments. All right. Thank you again for those of you tuned in on TikTok. Rick, thank you for your comments as well. Awesome. Thank you, Rick, for sharing. Thank you for adding your energy. Divine beings of light, your energy matters. This helps every being on the planet. Thank you, Rick. Thank you as well for being here. Beautiful. All right. Okay. So going back, I was asking that question of what did you say? What did you say to when we were kind of in that earlier stage of the meditation to the collective? So, Kayla said, I love you and I am with you. Thank you, Kayla, for sharing that. Megan said, collective peace and harmony for the shift. Thank you, Megan. Natasha says, what I said, it's okay not to know what to do. Simply looking for answers is powerful in itself. Very, very well said, Natasha. Absolutely. The reframe queen. Kristen says, 555, warm tears. Kayla, 555, been very emotional with everything. Thank you for sharing. For those of you who even just like shared in the comments if they cried. And again, like if you didn't cry, like that doesn't mean anything, right? So, Stella says, you don't know how much I appreciate that stand if you're able statement because I'm not always able. Absolutely, Stella, not a problem. Thank you, Stella, for joining. Seeing the 777 comments in the chat. Thank you again, everyone, for leaving those as well. Just expressing your gratitude. Chris, grateful to be here. Chris says. Stella says, I am so grateful for this space and for all of you. Thank you, Stella, as well. Star Soul says, thank you. Grateful. Stella says, thank you, everyone. Love and light. Reframe Queen. Thank you so much, Brendan and everyone. Much love to you all. Ooh, that's a lot of it's a lot of much. So dropping in those wolf hours, inspiring day to start the week. Thank you, Brennan. This is a beautiful meditation. I feel inspired. For the leading members who are still in, we do still have a collaborative work period today at 3 p.m. today. So for leading members, please feel free to join me in that. And we can, again, it can be like related to your work specifically, but we can also just kind of like brainstorm again, what can we do as a community right now, which I think is a very, very important thing to be able to reflect on. Foresight, thank you for adding your comments. This was something amazing, magical. Thank you, Foresight. That really means a lot to just be able to have your comment there. And again, I hold a place in my heart that more and more people are going to be able to like join into these meditations. And again, it's because of people like us sharing it with our friends. So Rick says, hold the frequency, people. This is our mission. Hold the light, share the light, love yourself. Thank you, Rick. Rick also says, love you, brother, and thank you for your work. You're so valuable. Light work. Light workers unite. Absolutely. Light workers and light guardians. So really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll just take a moment here. If there's any other like comments of gratitude or just even kind of like general questions or even just kind of, again, I'll ask that question that I keep asking time and time again. This is going to be like the question that's just going to be like the question that we keep going back to. What is needed? What is needed right now for us individually as a collective? What is needed? So if you want to leave some comments for that down in the chat, please feel free. Quick little note on the Patreon, we're currently working towards our next milestone of 169. We're currently at about 163. Reminder for those of you on Patreon, the contributions process on the 1st of each month, so they should be processing for you today. If you go to the Patreon, you'll notice the Patreon numbers won't say 163. It will actually show a little bit lower. That's because the contributions are processing. But yeah, we're going to be working on reaching 169, which is our next milestone. And then from there, working our way up. So again, really appreciate everybody who's adding their support onto the Patreon when they're able to. And again, appreciate everybody's support in all forms. Megan says that was a beautiful meditation. I feel inspired. Thank you, Megan, as well. Beautiful. All right. So again, like what is needed? What is needed right now? We'll just chat here just for a little bit, just for a quick little bit. Again, what is needed? I think again, what is needed right now is like hope. There's a very, very powerful word that I'll share with you. This idea of, the word of like optimism. We've heard this word before, but within this term of optimism, I like the idea of thinking of it as an optimistic as well. But literally the word mystic, it emphasized within optimistic, So it's like, let's be optimistics, let's be those who can kind of like perceive the patterns to be able to kind of like understand what it is that we're moving towards. I think this is a very, very, very powerful idea to be able to anchor into. Because again, I think that's where a lot of people who are in the midst of the emotion, in the depths of the emotion, it can be hard to see beyond it. And I'm sure we've all been in situations like that where, we've gone through these circumstances where we're hurting, we're feeling and everything like that. It can be hard to kind of like see, the hope, to see the light, so to speak. So that's where, again, each and every single one of us has a role to play right now. And I'll say this because this is very important, because I was reflecting on this recently. It's okay to take time for yourself right now to like meditate on what it is that you can do. There's no, like, do your best not to shame yourself. I know there's like some people who kind of like are putting out this message, and I understand what they're saying, where they're basically saying like, your silence is like complacency. Your silence is like siding with, the violence and everything like that, siding with the anger and the frustration. And I understand what they're saying, but at the same time, I do want to be able to encourage and invite us to know that it's okay to take time for ourselves right now. Because I don't think that any person who is tuned into this broadcast actually like would like want to like actually side with the violence and the anger and everything like that. But at the same time, if you haven't posted something to Facebook, if you haven't posted something to Instagram, if you haven't made a video about it, if you haven't said much at all, that's okay. Like, that's okay, because there's still a lot that you can do, kind of, again, even just like on the energetic levels. And even again, what I think is needed is for us to kind of be able to meditate, to be able to reflect on like, how can we show up? And it's okay if you're not really sure about that. Like, honestly, it's okay. That's why we come together as a community, to be able to kind of like reflect on this process. Like, honestly, like for me, like I've done a few lives where I've talked about this, but I haven't like explicitly like made a video saying like, here's my opinions, here's my emotion, etc., etc., etc. But the reason for that is because like, it's like a lot of it is like such a wave of feeling that I need to be able to take time to kind of process it. For me, this is kind of like a very Cancerian part of my nature, where I will just kind of like take the time to be able to kind of like go into my shell. But from the outside, people will look at that and they'll be like, oh, like you don't care because you're not expressing your emotion. When in actuality, it's actually like, yo, like I'm actually sitting with my emotion like inside my house and like really reflecting on it with the intention of being able to like show up as best as I can. So I think that's an important reminder for ourselves right now, because I know there's a lot of emotion going on right now, and I understand, and it's all valid. But at the same time, I just want you to know that there's no shame in being able to take time for yourself right now. How you choose to respond to it is valid, because it is a very real thing. And just because you are not immediately putting your opinion out there doesn't mean that you're bad, doesn't mean that you're wrong, So I think when we carry the intention to want to do something, sometimes it just takes a little bit of time to be able to meditate on what that next step will be. So if that makes sense, drop an 1111 in the chat. I just felt that was something that needed to be mentioned at some point. Because again, I do think we kind of have to be able to like be very mindful with our energy. We need to kind of be able to play the long game here. We need to be able to sustain ourselves, right? And honestly, there is such thing as like, you can easily get like emotional fatigue by constantly kind of pouring yourself into this. So we need to be able to take care of ourselves so that we can continue to show up in the long term. What if you were to just like make a video, and what if you were to just like put up a post, and what if you're responding to comments and then people are like disagreeing or something like that, and suddenly you're catching flack, and then next thing you know, you're just like, I don't even feel like, dude, like I don't want it. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, you know, like it can be very draining. So let us take this time to kind of cultivate that awareness, sit with this feeling, sit with that question of what is needed, and then to be able to show up with that little bit of extra clarity, but also that kind of like integrity that's going to allow us to kind of make sure that our messages are coming across clearly and making that impact, right? So again, I just wanted to be able to express that because I know for a lot of people right now, it can be a time where we're just like, oh, like I need to do something. I need to do something. Sometimes what you need to do is literally just be able to like sit with your emotions, feel the feels, you know, and to be able to kind of like connect with team, connect with community, and kind of like brainstorm what is it that we can do, right? So again, you know, if there's a rally and a protest in your neighborhood that you feel called to go to it. If you don't feel called to go to it, that doesn't make you a bad person. It's okay. Like, there's a lot of other ways to be able to support. And so I think just being able to remind ourselves of that, because not every person is going to be like, I don't like, maybe you're choosing not to go to the rally because you've got like, you know, like family that you need to like be mindful of to make sure you're not like accidentally like bringing in anything back to the house or anything like that. Like there's a million and one reasons for people to be able to decide what is best for them. So just because someone says that they think you should do X, Y, and Z doesn't mean that doing X, Y, and Z is actually something that is like what is needed for you. But at the same time, honoring like what it is that they are feeling in those moments as well. All right, just going to read some of the comments here. I saw some of the 1111s. Beauty is truth. Truth is beauty. This is all you need to know as men. Rick says, it made me cry to see all the violence on both sides. Police must stop, but violence begets violence. Yeah. We keep what we give, y'all. We must fight the good fight with peace. It is the only way. Yeah. Love yourself deeply and truly. Be the change. This truly affects the entire world. Inner space equals real. Absolutely. Again, you know, peace worldwide begins from inside. So if you're literally like anchoring peace and compassion within your heart, that's important. And again, like even the content you're creating right now, sometimes what is actually valuable right now is giving people a little bit of a distraction, giving people a little bit of a breath, giving people a little bit of time, just be able to think of something different, to focus their attention elsewhere. That is actually incredibly valuable right now. And that doesn't mean that you're ignoring the situation. Like this is something that, again, you know, like if you have a friend who, like, this is something that, like, some of you may be familiar with this concept. If you have a friend who, for example, experiences things like chronic pain, you would know that one of the things that is actually helpful for them is to give them something to focus their energy on that's separate from the pain. Give them something to distract them. And I use the term distraction. Like, I feel like distraction kind of has like this connotation to it where it makes it sound like you're wasting your time, as if like this is like not something that you should be doing. But distraction can actually be very, very powerful, because again, you know, like if everyone's just kind of getting like really just kind of like swamped with this energy, maybe, you know, it would be valuable to just kind of take a little bit of time to be able to move that energy elsewhere, to focus something, to decompress, to relax the nervous system, to smile, to laugh, and then to be able to cultivate that energy so that we can move it back into, you know, onto the front lines, into the fray, you know, so to speak. If that resonates with you, drop another 111111, because I think that's really, really important right now, because literally like the world, the collective is going through chronic pain right now, right? And yes, we can kind of like approach that pain like head on and be like, this is how we need to heal it. But at the same time, sometimes it's actually useful to be able to create a distraction. So that's where, again, sometimes with our content, you could there is nothing wrong with creating content right now that is completely separate from the events of the rallies and the protests that are happening right now. Like there's nothing wrong with that. And do not let anybody else tell you otherwise. Like, there is a value in being able to give people a sense of like still having something to like celebrate and be joyful about. And it doesn't mean that you're ignoring this. I don't think any of us are ignoring this. No one's done this before. Like, we're figuring this out as we go, right? Like, I think we have to be very gentle with ourselves in that way. And I think we need people on all fronts, because otherwise, like, you get fatigue. And like, I feel that, like, literally you're like scrolling through like your Facebook right now. It's nothing but that. And you're just like, man, you're just scrolling, just like, give me like one cute pet video or one cute cat video. Like I would just, that'd be so meaningful to me right now. So again, creating content right now, art is magic. Art is our tool. Art is our voice right now. And that can express itself in a variety of ways, so again, I think being able to get content out there that is expressing our message without always necessarily being directly linked to it is powerful. Again, what is the new world that we want to create? What is the vibration we are anchoring in? You can still create messages of kindness and compassion and self-awareness that are related to what's happening in the world right now without explicitly drawing attention to what is happening in the world right now, but instead drawing attention to something within us. I'm going to read more of these comments. Peace worldwide begins from inside. Peace worldwide begins from inside. Something to remember, realize we are all of it. The police, the protesters, the pain, the joy. Yeah, exactly, Rick. I think that's a powerful message. And again, even as it's just like this is what I've been doing. I've been taking this time to kind of really kind of like on the weekends, I do my best to not work because I show up I pour myself into the week. And for those of you who are tuned into my content, you guys know that like how many broadcasts do I do a week? I pour myself into the week. If I was spending the weekend still just kind of pouring myself into the weekend, I wouldn't be able to show up right now. We need the breaks. We need the rhythm. We need the cadence. We need the rest. So make sure that within this time, you are taking time for yourself to rest right now. You must be responsible. If you feel yourself getting fatigued from this, take it a little bit of a step back. Find something else. Find something that you can shift your focus onto. So very, very, very important. But I got a lot of content that I'm planning on making this week. And again, just going back to what Rick was saying, one of the very powerful messages that I think can be expressed right now is the understanding that there is no us versus them. There is no us versus them. It is only us. It is only us. It is us and us. And it's not even us versus us. It is just us and us. There is no us versus them. As you continue to hold that mentality, that will kind of keep you within this kind of dyadic illusion of separation and this kind of this duality sort of concept. What happens when we really understand that there is only us? And so again, instead of putting frustration, instead of putting ill will towards the police or something like that. Yeah, hold them accountable. Absolutely. You would want that for your best friend. Even though you want that for your best friend, do you still care about them? Yeah. Do you have to think of the police as your best friend? No, not necessarily. But can you allow yourself to feel compassion deep within your heart for the fact that there's something within inside them that is probably way more deeply rooted than we even know? That's up to you. That's up to you. But I think holding compassion for all sides right now definitely goes a long way. No light without dark, no peace without war. Yin yang contrast creates momentum for change. Absolutely. Show up however you are able to. Cancer rising here, says Stella. Go Team Cancer. People are generally in too much of a hurry, I feel. Hard to be intentional when you're rushing. And again, and I think the rushing is just kind of responding to the immediacy of the situation. So again, I think there's a place and a time for kind of doing both. Absolutely. But do we want to be rushing all the time? No. So that's why, again, in the midst of there will be some of the people who will be rushing. Equally so, there needs to be those of us who are kind of anchoring in this kind of calmness, right? So remind people of that. Anything we're saying here, if there's something that I said to you that you want to turn into your own content, make your own video about, please, by all means. Anything I'm saying here, it's not it's it's consciousness, it's voice, right? It's a soul speaking. So I'm just here to be a mirror. Chris says, yes, important to know that only we are responsible for our own field, what we allow in, what we are putting out. Thank you, Chris. Kristen says, have a beautiful day filled with love and grace, dear brothers and sisters. Thank you, Kristen, for joining in. Stella talking about being in chronic pain. Yeah, Stella knows. And it's a teacher, right? Where there's pain, there is a message. Kayla dropping the 1111, Stella with the 1111s. All right, we're going to wrap this up in the next couple moments. Chris says, yes, love that message from Rick, being able to see and feel for one another, for others, to have true compassion because we see parts of ourselves with them. The police all have PTSD from being police. Yeah, exactly, right? That's very, very true. So we should have empathy, for all sides. Positive dude says, I've decided to start sharing peace by playing music for people. Good for you, dude. Thank you, man. Project Friends with Strangers, thank you for dropping the 1111s. Everybody else, Sobin, thank you for joining in. Lily as well. Is Litzy says, we are all a mirror of each other. 100%. Absolutely. All right, just going to take a few more moments here and then we're going to wrap this up. We are so much bigger than these bodies. We are the entire fabric of existence. Honor all of yourself. Absolutely. Your work is honored amongst the angels, man. My spirit guides told me to tell you namaste. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. That means a lot. We must let go of useless words like I and me and them and others. There's only us and we. Exactly. It's kind of interesting when you think about it, like the symbolism on a macro scale that the USA is literally the acronym US, us. Like, I don't know, like is that a synchronicity? Is that like a giant symbol there? The fact that it's like oh, like it's all us. It's all us, right? Because that's like where the protests are primarily happening, right? They're happening within us. Think about it for a second. It's all like mega symbolism on a macro scale. Like what is happening right now, if you were to look at what's happening right now and almost like interpret it like a dream, you'd start to see things in an interesting light. True power is deep inside and it is all connected. Dear light seekers, continue to cleanse your heart. Yeah, exactly. Going back to the idea, clearing the dust off the lens of our heart. Us, eh? Yeah, it's all us, eh? Exactly. So that was just like a natural human sigh right there. So, but everybody here, again, make sure that you take time for yourself today. Make sure you're eating properly. Make sure you're getting sunlight. Make sure you're taking showers. Make sure you're doing cold showers, whatever you feel you need to do. Make sure you're taking time to meditate, to journal, go hug a tree, co-regulate with a tree, like hug a tree and cuddle a tree if you haven't yet. And yeah, going to wrap up this broadcast. I really appreciate everybody just joining in and adding their voice. There's a lot of work still to be done, and again, it happens by each and every single one of us just anchoring that into our own heart. For those of you who are just joining in, it was a really good meditation and broadcast today, so I appreciate everybody joining in. Yo, what's up, NC Weather? And Rick, and for anybody else, if you want to join in on YouTube in the future, please feel free to do that. The live chat is usually a little bit more active on the YouTube, so Rick, and for anybody, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and tune into YouTube. You can find the link through my profile on Instagram and TikTok. So, and Rick, your comments would be appreciated in the YouTube as much as they are in the TikTok as well. Blessings, kindness, and beauty to all beings and souls. Thank you for sharing your energy, says Rick. Thank you as well. Bianca, thank you for joining as well. We'll have more conversations about seeing 1111 another time, but at the very least, it's definitely a way for the universe to communicate to you, to get you to wake up. And again, that's what's happening right now. This is one big wake-up call in a lot of ways, you know. So we've been sleepwalking for too long, but now is a very important time for us to be able to wake up. So, and what does that mean? We'll talk more about that another day, but for now we're going to wrap up this broadcast. So I appreciate every single person joining in. And yeah, for those of you who want to be able to connect further, again, you can join our team chat. The link for that is through my profile. It's a Discord server. If you want to join as a leading member on Patreon, you can join with a monthly contribution, help us reach our next goal of 169 on Patreon. Your support in all forms is equally appreciated. So if you're not in a position to support financially on Patreon, please feel free to just like share this broadcast with your friends and just even tune in again, you know, do what works for you. It is all equally appreciated. So with that said, we're going to wrap this up. Stay tuned. I'm going to be working on some new videos today. This has helped me a lot by just allowing us to just kind of have these conversations. So I appreciate everybody joining here. Please feel free to leave some gratitude in the comments just to conclude things off for the team and the space. Kayla says, thank you, Brendan, for cultivating this space for us to come together. Yeah, literally by us coming together here, this is like anchoring in a little bit more clarity. And again, just like anchoring in these vibrations. So let us anchor in that vibration of harmony. Like right here and now. So beautiful. All right, team. Thank you again, everyone, so much for joining in. And yeah, stay tuned for more meditations. Get ready. Thursday, our team live podcast, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. How to be healers in the midst of chaos, so to speak. So that's going to be a big one. And again, if you want to join on air for that, definitely look at becoming a leading member. So beautiful. All right, for those of you just joining in, you can check out the recording for this on YouTube, links to my profile. And yeah, for everybody else, we'll see you again Tuesday or whenever, Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So As always, the light guardian within me sees and honors the light guardian within you. So thank you for being all that you are and doing all that you do. So go have an amazing day. Carry this inspiration, this vibration with you. Go kick some butt. You are an amazing being, and I'm grateful you are here. So beautiful. All right, go team. See you in the live chat. All right, talk to you guys soon. And collaborative team meeting at 3 p.m. for those of you leading members. Let me know in the live chat if you're joining. All right, see you guys soon. Much love. Thanks, TikTok. See you guys soon. All right, just taking a moment here. Just close off the broadcast. All right, beautiful. Thank you again for those of you on Facebook. Thank you as well. I'll check your comments afterwards. And yeah, for those of you on YouTube, see you guys soon enough. Much love.